Hey everybody, Danny here with Danny Murphy and Associates at First Team Real Estate. We are here doing our April weekly Southern California real estate market update. How's that? That's a full mouthful. It's kind of been interesting. We started out the year where rates were starting to come down a little bit. We were starting to approach like the high fives, low sixes. And that was really, I think there was a lot of optimism in terms of like that creating more inventory. That would then just lead to more activity, more transactions, more options for buyers, more options for sellers. Hasn't panned out yet. So right now we're at about 4,200 homes on the market. Listings are down, meaning the listing volume is down about 4% year over year. So we have less listings now than we did this time last year. We really thought we would see maybe a 10% increase in listing inventory here in Southern California. And again, that hasn't panned out so far. The closed transactions so far we are about 3,600, and then the expired listings are about 3,800. So again, I keep saying this over and over that a lot of houses that go on the market in Orange County don't sell. And they don't sell for a lot of different reasons. They might be overpriced, which is often the case. They're undermarketed, which is often the case. The seller couldn't find somewhere they needed to go. So if there's not the right motivation with buyer seller, that's another reason why listings will expire. A lot of things happening behind the scenes. Closed units are down about 2% year over year. So, like I said, inventory is didn't increase the way we expected it to. The actual number of closed units is down a little bit year over year, and values are pretty flat. So, over the last 12 months, in general, across Orange County, we're seeing that values have been pretty steady, which is really a healthy market. In general, other than the fact that there's not a lot of inventory, we're not seeing downward pressure on prices. We're not seeing a lot of upward pressure on prices. We're not seeing a glut of inventory. If anything, we're not seeing enough inventory, which I think, again, would give more options to buyers. And it would also give options to sellers who are also buyers, right? So a lot of times we have clients that go, hey, I'll sell my house if I can find a replacement property. If they can't find the replacement property, they're not selling their house. If they're not selling that house, then that house is an inventory for another buyer to buy. So you can see how the whole system needs to kind of work together to create inventory and to create velocity in units. And so always a lot of things happening. Rates are, remain elevated, probably, up 0.75% in the last month and a half. So that's slowing things down a little bit, especially first-time buyers that are more price sensitive and more interest rate sensitive. So we've got that going on. But in general, it's a pretty, the market's pretty healthy. We would just like to see more inventory. So we're here to help you with all your real estate needs, to give you advice, to give you information on investment properties. If you're a buyer or seller, we're here to help. Reach out to us anytime. Thanks.